Hello traders, welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. I thought this was a good time to talk to you about what I'm seeing in the markets as we go into what looks like the trigger for the UK coming out of the EU tomorrow in the form of Article 50, formally triggered with a letter, which I believe it's going to be a physical letter delivered to the European Commission tomorrow, around about the middle of the Euro session tomorrow morning on the 29th of March. So what do I think is going to happen to the markets? Well, I've pulled up the daily on the ftse here, and you can see that I've picked up a trend line from the high of the election bar November 9th, and then it's picked up these two lows here, the low of February and yesterday's low that was so far we bounced off. So with this resistance now in place up here, because we just couldn't survive up here and stay up here, with this drag down that we saw in the second half of last week, or Tuesday in particular, I'm looking for this market to potentially drift higher with very little data this week other than the official Article 50 triggered, and at which point, if this proves to be wave 1, then wave 2 would see us drift into this resistance, and then wave 3, which is an impulsive wave, will see us come and test 7100, and of course the 7000 mark is begging with the daily 200 up there. Right, so that could change. I mean, if we close under 7250, then that could change. And I would take a break of this low and then see if I can get it to arrive at 7100, 7000. Okay, of course, if we close above this, this is a hammer-like bar here. If we just come into this support and get bought, I would be just in an intraday trade to see if I can get that to run back to 7400. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen, and with the data flow so light this week. And we're facing all the resistance now that we've got built up from this pullback last Tuesday. That's what I'm anticipating. Anticipating a drift. So I will keep you up to date with what is going on. In the meantime, the pound is more interesting. This is the pound on the daily chart. It started to sell late in the Euro session as it came out of the Euro session, so I shorted that and currently sitting on a small profit, but you can see that it's the resistance line, trend line coming from here in December, in February, and now we tested it yesterday and looking as if we could come lower. I've got the fibs on this level here from the 2017 lows to the 2017 highs. So I wouldn't be at all surprised to see a full retracement back down to this level here. However, we've got the high stochastics, we've got healthy MACD, we've not got an overbought signal on the MACD, we've just got a healthy histogram here, which is the momentum is definitely slowing. So if this stochastic is to drift over, come and find some support, then I think that will take us down to 1, 2, 3 area. That's this 50% of this 2017 range. Alright, and of course if we break that high, then we could come and test the 2017 highs. So what I'm effectively doing for the ftse and the pound is I am shorting highs, but I'm just wary of what we could do within this. We could come down, find weekly support now at 125, and then push into resistance 127 and close to 130. I think the path of least resistance is lower, and that's what I'm looking for. So all I can do at this stage is give you an insight as to where we are in the run-up to this official Article 50 trigger, and then try and look for some clearer direction when we come out of it. But I am shorting highs in the ftse and the pound at this stage because that sort of level of uncertainty and change in the market unnerves the markets, and I think we are potentially going to see that dropping. Now, just a quick look at the Dow before we go. Alright, so at the moment we've come down to 50% of this move. There is the gradual capitulation. So we pushed up, ever since we've pushed up there, we have struggled, put in some sell signals, and eventually gave way last Tuesday. Now we're back down to 50%. I'm looking for a push into 20,800 area, but potentially right back to the breakdown area, and then possibly, if this is going to break, I think we could come all the way down to at least 20,000, and possibly just underneath it before we get the next leg up. Okay, I think the markets are fundamentally bullish. I just think what we're seeing here is some stocks have got a little bit too expensive, and it's not unusual in this time of year that once you see a run of that nature to see some dips. It's just a question of whether these dips get bought and how we handle that resistance. And I'm looking for another leg down before we start to pull right up again and get back to the main bullish trend. Alright, so like I said, I will keep you up to date. If you want to find out about how we trade intraday, then come on to tradeeasyway.com and have a look at Scalper Score, because we have a scalper system which is onto the Scalper Score page from the trading courses area here. Go on to Scalper Score, you'll see we've got a course coming up next week, but if you scroll down to here you can get a seat on a free introductory webinar tonight. Just a quick 30-minute look at how we make money day in on our live trading room, but you can only get access to the live trading room if you've done the course. Alright, I hope that helps. Your feedback is very welcome, and I look forward to seeing you tonight. Tomorrow night at the free webinar.